Hello everybody, welcome back to some Ocarina of Time. As you can probably guess, I decided that, yeah, we'll go and do the ice cavern before we go to the fire temple. I don't know why, just kind of feel like it. Uh, so yeah, and then that'll be, well, pretty much everything you can do before before the fire temple. I mean, there might be one or two things that I'm forgetting about that you could potentially do before then, but I mean, overall, you're not going to get much more done besides that. Come on, there it is. But yeah, like at most, you would get maybe a couple more sculptulas or maybe one or two pieces of heart. Besides what we get in this part, obviously. But yeah, I can't imagine that there's too much, because yeah, we should be able to get the iron boots, and then I think there's only one Skulltula and two pieces of heart, I think, that we can get after we acquire them, before we absolutely have to go into a temple. And I mean, here's the thing, right? It's kind of tempting to do them out of order, just because it's possible, because I mean, the thing about the fire temple is the item you get in there is the Megaton Hammer. And I'm honestly having, like, the Megaton Hammer does open up a few things in, like, the overworld. But as for, like, in other dungeons, I honestly can't think of what it's used for in any dungeon outside of the fire temple. Alright. Oh. 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 Choo. That was a close one. So, let's see. Since the last... what's that? I started a new anime, because I think the last time I recorded this, I talked about World Break, Aria of a Cursed Swordsman, which was really good, which I really enjoyed. I think that's what I talked about, but I started a new one called Our Last Crusade, or something of the New World. Something to that effect, anyway. Man. So these guys are dicks, and they freeze you with their icy breath. And as you can imagine, since they're made out of ice, they move along the ice a lot easier than we do. But that's fine, because I have Big Sword, and Big Sword wins. Now, once again, I mean, maybe... I mean, I don't know what Navi... I mean, obviously it's not a Scarecrow song. Usually when she turns green... Oh, nice. Honestly, didn't know that's what that was. It makes sense. I did get a fairy in between, and I would catch that one. I mean, I guess I'll just take it, because why not? Ah, you prick bitch. But I would catch it, except that I need some bottles for the blue fire in this one. Yeah, for the blue fire in this dungeon, because as you can see, there's, or as you may have noticed, there is a not insignificant amount of that red ice that we need. Oh, fuck. I hit the wrong button. I went to do a roll, and for some reason completely whiffed on which button it was. Oh. Back up just enough that we shouldn't get hit by the thing. Good. Now we still have a couple more of these coins to get to unlock the door. And I think that all it requires is just to jump down from here, right? Which, if you time it right, yeah, you should be good. Awesome. But yeah, the new anime I'm watching. It's pretty good. It's more or less like an anime Romeo and Juliet. I mean, you know, you have like the Empire that are kind of dicks, and they hate the witches, which I don't know. They call them witches, but like to me, witch is like female spellcaster specifically. Well, to me, it's female spellcaster that uses like some form of black magic usually. Wow, apparently this room is too much for the emulator or something, man. Ah, fuck. And yeah, these blue ones unfortunately do that. Come on. And yeah, and as you notice there, unlike the fire keys that when they hit you they go out, these guys not so much. Ugh. This blue fire, it doesn't seem natural. Maybe you can use it for something. You know, it actually kind of annoys me now that we're doing this because, like, I went and specifically bought blue fire so that we could unlock King Zora and the... Actually, to be fair, did we ever unlock the shop? I don't think... No, because I would have had to buy 2 blue fires for that, and it really wouldn't have been worth it. Alright. Do that and that. Oof. Well, we traded, but I'll take it. And then I think, actually, come to think of it, I think this is it. I don't think that we... This is another one of those ones like the bottom of the well where you can get the item that you need in it, like, super quick. And then you can just leave if you don't care about anything else. But there's 2 more Skulltulas, I think. Oh, no, the dungeon map. Okay, so we're not even done then. Okay. I thought that that was a little fast, but at the same time, I did not think that there was... and since we're here, actually, I'll grab another one, because I don't know exactly how many we need. And we're not going to free the pot. I'm pretty sure that pot is even one of those ones that attacks you. Like, floats up and then comes at you. So it's a real, like, dick move of them to be like, haha, this pot... Well, actually, to be fair, I say that it's a dick move to make the pot seem important, but at the same time, anyone who's played this game for any length of time should not think that a pot is important at all. So, alright, so we got 2 things here to go through. Oh, right. That. But yeah, so in that anime, that you have like the Empire, or like everybody was, I don't know, more. I think the guy at one point said that the Empire had like, I want to say 60 or 70% of everything was under the rule of the Empire. And then big magic hoopla happened. And a bunch of people got marks on them and then could use astral magic, which is just magic. And Empire decided burn all the witches. Empire decided the same thing that a lot of people decide, which is, oh, those things are different than me. They must be evil and they have to die, you know. And then obviously, you know, witches not so into the idea of just being murdered wholesale, so, you know, they fight some super powerful one. I think the way they phrase it is bathes the Empire in flame. I mean, the Empire survived, so, I mean, I don't know how bathed in flame it was, but and creates a different country, and now they're constantly at war, right? And the whole show revolves around 2 main characters. One is the Princess of the Witches, and the other is he's a swordsman of the Empire. He's got special swords though. One of them like negates magic and can absorb it or something, and then the other one can then use the magic. So he's more or less like their best chance. I mean, there's like the Empire has things called Saint Disciples, or disciple, saint. Actually, come to think, I think they say saints, disciples, which, you know, like they pluralize, like they throw an S on the end of both. Okay, where are you? You are so loud. That are all like super strong in some respect. I don't know how strong a lot of them are. Like, he's got his swords and is really good with them. Then there's another one. Not that he's a saint disciple, he used to be, but then he freed a witch. Like, almost immediately after becoming a saint disciple and got imprisoned for a year. And then the show starts after that year where they let him out because they assume that he's more or less the only one who can go and take down the princess, who is known as the what is it? Like the ice. It's not ice catastrophe, but it's something to that effect. Anyway, but yeah, they let him out and it's like, hey, you can stay out if you go and capture her. So he's like, all right. And then, you know, like I said, it's Romeo and Juliet. You know, they meet, they fight, they find out that neither of them actually want to fight. Both of them just want the war to end. So they're like, oh my god. And then, you know, they're all in love and whatnot. I will say one thing that's nice is, unlike a lot of anime, the main character is not, like, absolutely, like, not every female is in love with the main character, like most animes. Because outside of the princess, who's very clearly in love with him, he's got 2 girls on his squad along with another guy who's also not in love with them. And then they have a boss who's also a girl, also not in love with them. And then the princess has a maid who is definitely not in love with him and has tried to kill him more than once because she doesn't like the fact that the princess seems to care about him. But yeah, it's a really good show. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've got 3 episodes left to it. The really weird thing, though, is they've had, I guess, boss fights, if you want to call them that. And one of the boss fights, the first boss fight that they fight, I'm saying it, but it still sounds weird to me to call them boss fights, but I'm sure anybody who's watched an anime will completely understand what I mean by it. I also don't think I can pull these. I think I have to push them, which means I kind of screwed myself there. Because, yeah, I won't be able to reach that one or that one. Oh, right. But I can just do that to get a new thing, I think. But yeah, they had 2 boss fights, and one of them... I say they. They fought the first boss together, and then he fought the second boss. Not entirely by himself. The second boss was also significantly, or supposedly significantly weaker than the first boss that they fought. But the first boss didn't really have much of a good showing. So, I mean, potentially she was stronger than the dude that they fight later, but it was hard to say because neither of them lasted very long. like it was honestly a little ridiculous how quickly, time-wise. I mean, I'm sure it took a lot of effort, and like the fight was cool, and like the fights were cool enough, but it's like, maybe I'm just so used to animes where like it's like, aha, here is gonna be the next enemy that they fight, and then like the fight is 2 or 3 episodes, whereas in this show it's like 10-15 minutes. It's like maybe half the episode, if that. Which is, it's not bad. I mean, it's nice, you know, it's like, aha, this is the person we have to kill, so they do it. Well, I guess they technically didn't kill either of them, but still. But yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. Oh shit, is there actually a boss fight in here? Well, alright. Right, The texture, the untextured wolf. Oh my god, look at that boss fight. Oof. That was rough. Also, did we get a compass at some point? We must have. I honestly don't remember that. And the reason I say we must have is because, like, I can see that the chest was on the screen for this. But I honestly don't remember picking it up. Hey, we got the iron boots. So heavy you can't run. So heavy you can't float. Oh, are we going to learn the, Hey, Sheik, what up? Now are you going to teach us, what is a serenade of water? I mean, I met King Zora. Oh, yeah. With one exception, which is... well, actually, to be fair, I don't even think that she means King Zora. Sealed under this thick ice sheet. Yeah, so she does save the Zora princess. But, like, so does that mean that the Zoras are alive under there? So yeah, it says that the ice is created by an evil curse, and the monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. So you would assume that the thing cursing them would have something to do with ice, but then the water temple is, true to its name, all water, no ice. So yeah, it also says the ice will never melt, but surprise, surprise, we finish the water temple, the ice still doesn't melt. So yeah, I don't quite understand how the Zoras are alive under the ice, and that would also require all of them to have been under the water when the ice formed. Childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water surface reflects growth. The serenade of water. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? You might get some. I don't know. You might learn something once you play this song, maybe. Because I want to say Sheik comes and finds you again once you. Because I could have swore that you had a conversation with Sheik at the water temple. It's also a really short one. I don't know why Link keeps chasing her down. Like he constantly runs at Sheik, but I don't know what his goal is. Let's see. And we still have one blue fire. Cool. So yeah, the iron boots, when you have them equipped, you move super, well, not super slow, but you definitely move slow. And then you just automatically sink in water. You can't swim at all. And when you're underwater, you actually run just fine. Now, one thing that is nice about the DS version, which obviously we're not playing... what the fuck way am I going here? Yeah, south it is. Is they actually changed it so that, like, the Ocarina, the Iron Boots, and the Hover Boots that we'll get later are all on the D-pad. So you don't need to go into your menu to equip and unequip them. They're just always readily available, which is nice. But in all honesty, it isn't that big of a deal. I mean, like, the Iron Boots, once we get into the actual water temple, then it'll become slightly annoying because you have to keep opening up your menu and going and changing your shoes all the time. Once we get the Hover Boots, they're not too bad. I feel like they're, because, like, for the most part, if you know that you're going to be using them a bunch, you can just keep them on. They do make you slide a little, but I mean, overall, it's not horrible. Alright. So that's that. And then, so that's the piece of heart we can get. We'll go and open up the shop just because we still have that one blue fire. In all honesty, this is probably more annoying than having to, like, go into the menu and equip the Iron Boots, is having to wait to get back out of water that's this deep after you've taken them back off. But yeah, we'll go open up the shop just because there's no real reason not to. And then we can head over to Lake Hylia using our new song that I may or may not remember by the time we get there, or by the time we get to that point. To get another Skulltula, and I don't think you get a piece of heart for that one. In fact, I'm almost positive that you, I'm positive that you don't. In all honesty, I don't think that, and I think that's it, actually. After that, then we can head to the Fire Temple and we can get another piece of heart because we did go there and plant the seed as a kid. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we can head back. Oh yeah, because I don't want to go into the Fire Temple in this part. So yeah, this here's the other Zora. And as you can see, they sell nothing. Nothing of interest anyway. Nothing that you would ever actually need to buy. Okay, let's see if I remember. Nope. There it is. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, he said that all the Zoras were trapped under the ice with one exception. I'm assuming that exception was Princess Ruto, but she needs to work on her phrasing a little bit because, like, she says all but one is under the ice. Now, King Zora was not under the ice. He was trapped inside the red ice, and the shopkeeper was sealed up behind the red ice. But neither of those two were under it. Now I realize that that's very nitpicky, but I mean, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I forgot that we can go and do the, or we can go and get the last key that we need in the Gerudo training grounds now that we got the boots. Oh. Unfortunately, no song to get there any faster, but... So yeah, she doesn't... Oh yeah, also there's a shark. Why is there a shark? No idea. But yeah, this also doesn't count to get the piece of heart from her for touching the ground. Because this is very much cheating. Oh god, excuse me. So yeah, you do if you want this piece of heart, you do have to go and do the fishing. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that we've already got this. I'm gonna do it just because we're here. And last time that I recorded there, for some reason was doubting whether or not we did this. But then, like, I just didn't bother checking because, like, I kind of just assumed that we did do it. Okay. Why don't you dive to the bottom of Lake Hylia? Well, let me tell you, lady. That isn't very hard anymore. There is not a whole lot left to dive into. Alright, so yeah, we got that. Like I said, we still have the one piece of heart we can get at the, Damn it, forgot the song again. We still have the one piece of heart that we can get just outside the Fire Temple since we planted the magic bean. So yeah, we'll get our reward from the training grounds. And then once we do that, we won't have to go back there to finish. I mean, we can, if anybody cares enough, I will go back once we get the other items to do to do the rest of the rooms, but there's literally no point. Because we'll get the main reward here, assuming that we are in fact only missing the one coin. And in all honesty, Well, no, because I can fudge around with it. I was going to say, like, in all honesty, I'm not even 100% certain that I'll be able to get this key. Because while it does require the iron boots, you may need the long shot. I mean, I don't know if you absolutely need it or not. I mean, the long shot would probably make it easier. But like I said, I can futz around with it. With just taking my boots on and off to get stuff that may or may not be out of reach. But we'll just have to see. And I don't actually... I'm trying to remember where, like, which way. I think if we go to the right when we get in there... I think it's, like, just off of that room, because it was one of the last rooms that we came to. And, when we went in, we headed left, so... Oh, wanna let me in again? I will say it is nice that, like, you have to pay the 10 rupees to go in, but it is very nice that they don't, like, reset everything on you, you know? Like, you come in, everything is still done exactly the way it was before. Yes, if you can overcome the trials, yada yada. Go in here, and then in here, I think... Yes, and I do believe that to the right is the, Oof. Thinking here, right? Yes. Oh, they put the fucking blocks back. Nope. Don't fucking remember it. Good God. Can't remember shit. Write A down. Alright. I don't know what's with the blocks and only getting rid of 3 of them. It's very weird. I also don't remember if this is... If it's not timed, we're golden and we'll be able to do it. But for some reason, I want to say I think that this is timed. To some degree. Well, maybe not. Oh yeah, so these things we obviously haven't fought yet. These are enemies in the water temple. And they're fairly annoying. It's also really weird that you can only use the hook shot. I mean, I guess because like the hook shot is a mechanical, a very mechanical thing. I think I can also block if I so choose underwater, but can I? Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have to take all that damage, but... Oops. Oh, whatever. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the fact that we're not timed is great. Got it. Alright. And then, let's see, we got that one there, and that looks to be it. So we'll head over here. Take off the boots. Oh my. Yeah. Nailed it. I don't know what's with like the whirlpool. There doesn't seem to be any like animation that would indicate that that's a thing, but whatever. Okay, so then this should be our last small key that we need. Oh yeah, there it is. Good. Oh god. So now, with only completing the forest temple, we'll be able to get our reward for this. Which is neat, I think, anyway. Although I will admit that it does seem kind of weird that I seem to just be, like, avoiding doing the fire temple for some reason. Like, I absolutely hate it or something and just don't want to do it. But, I mean, I don't really have any specific area in this game that, like, I hate. I mean, there are certain things that are annoying at times in this game, just like every other game. I mean, but like, I gotta say, I don't think that there's any particular area that like I really, really hate in this game, which is always a nice surprise. Here, and then in here, which should be a big chest for one of the most not hard to get, but a lot of work for a very useless item, which is the ice arrow. I don't know what it's for. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot. So use it with pride. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a boss in the Spirit Temple that it might... I guess the boss of the Spirit Temple, maybe, but I'm reasonably certain that it doesn't work. It would make sense, though, because, I mean, the way that you fight those bosses, having the ice arrows and the fire arrows, if you've unlocked them, I mean... Like, the fire arrows, to be fair, don't have much of a purpose either. Besides the fact that you then don't need fire to shoot a fire arrow. You know, like you don't need to shoot an arrow through a fire, you can just use the fire arrow. Or, you know, if you just in general use like Din's fire or something, odds are that will work. Oh, whoops. For the most part. But, I mean, yeah, they're I don't know. Is this not like a real fairy then, or something? Oh, it's not. Okay, weird. It's just a healing light then? That I did not know that was a thing. Alright, let's see. Oh, look, we got all the sculptures in the Gerudo Wasteland and Gerudo Valley. And Lon Lon Ranch, and the market, and Hyrule Field. Oh, right, because there's temples there. And in the Lost Woods and Kokiri Forest, and then not in Zora's Domain. I mean, the water temple's down there. We went through the ice cavern. I got three sculptures in the ice cavern, right? Let's see here. In the block pushing room, yeah. And there, yeah. And there, yeah. Okay. Huh. Hook shot, hook shot. No, that's Death Mountain Trail. Huh. I must have missed one of the, That's like Hylia. That's the past. Spirit Temple. Oh, that's what it is. I need the silver gauntlets. Which we can't get until we get the long shot. But once we get the long shot, then we should be able to cross the desert. So, alright. Oh, I also don't know why I came out here. We just need to, warp, don't we? Down A and right down. But yeah, that's, So yeah, this part might be a little bit shorter. But next part will be the Fire Temple, and that'll almost guaranteed to take an hour at minimum. Because the Fire Temple can be something of a bitch to get through. So now, I can't actually remember, do I need to jump off of this? Oh, okay, I can just walk off apparently. But hey, there's the piece of heart. That way, come on, let me... And we should be fine. Yeah, we almost landed right back on it. But yeah, next part we'll head into the Fire Temple. I'll try and wreck some shit in there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heart containers missing. We obviously have at least one more piece of heart, and 1, 2, 3, 4 bosses. So, are we really only missing one piece of heart? That can't be right, is it? Let's see. We got that one. The frogs. Yeah, we did that. We did that. Oh, yeah, would you look at that? Some bitch. Yeah, we only have one more piece of heart, and then we will have gotten all of them. And then, you know, obviously we need to get or defeat the rest of the bosses to get all of the heart containers. But I mean, that's not bad. All but one heart container before we do the fire temple. I mean, to be fair, we're absolutely loaded with health. And after we get the Megaton Hammer out of here, we will also be loaded with magic, because we should be able to unlock that fairy fountain. But yeah, so that'll be it for this part. Next time, we will head through here and begin our exploration of the Fire Temple. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.